Welcome to yet another episode of What the and again, we're working from home. My name's Nick, I'm the Chief Executive at VisitorQ, and in this series, we teach you super practical tips and tricks to help your company grow. In this episode, we'll be talking about how you can use a calculator and or a quiz in order to entice more of your website visitors to become leads and prospects. This is a tactic that VisitorQ has used from pretty much the very beginning to do just that, gain more prospects, leads, and free trials. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is consider if a quiz or calculator, or both, is the right thing for your business. At VisitorQ, we use both in different ways. We use a quiz as a part of a pop-up when someone is about to leave the website, and a calculator in our footer for those who are still browsing through the website. Once you've figured out which of the two, or both, that you want to use, you'll want to find a software that can easily build one. At VisitorQ, we use www.involve.me in order to build both our calculator and quiz. You could also do an easy G2 Crowd or Google search to find a software that works for you. Now, go ahead and build your quiz or calculator. The result here should be enticing to prospects. At VisitorQ, the result at the end of our quiz and calculator is how many leads we can identify for those clients. At your business, it may be the cost savings you can generate for them, the ROI they'll get from using your offering, and so on. For your questions or calculations leading up to the result, you'll want to ask relevant questions that give you a better understanding of the client and also allow you to calculate the end result. The answers to these questions will assist with your follow-up later on. Now that you have your questions in there, as the last step before your result, you'll want to ask them for contact information like an email address or phone number. You can make providing this information optional or mandatory. I recommend trying out both to see what works best for your target market. You should now have a finished calculator or quiz you can share with your prospects. Some ways to get it in front of prospects are cold or warm emails, website pop-ups, embedding it directly onto your website, Facebook, YouTube, and other digital marketing channels to promote it, and so on. Now when people complete your calculator or your quiz, you'll have their contact information and you're able to follow up with them as they've shown a good amount of interest in your offering. That's all for this episode of What the Ensure you like this episode and subscribe to the VisitorQ YouTube channel to be alerted of new episodes.